Is there a way to make your body immune to the swine flu virus? Or if you've already become infected with the virus, is there a natural cure for it? That's what you're about to discover in this video. Although the swine flu pandemic that the World Health Organization predicted hasn't happened yet, the full onslaught of swine flu is about to surface during this flu season. As of the time of this writing, the number of people who've died from swine flu has swelled to over 1,800 worldwide. Flu experts predict that 30 to 50% of the U.S. population will be infected with the virus. That's approximately 152 million Americans. 300,000 people infected with the virus this flu season are expected to jam emergency rooms and ICUs in hospitals all over the country. And the most chilling of all predictions, a White House panel of advisors warns that swine flu could kill 90,000 Americans. The World Health Organization predicts a literal explosion of swine flu cases in the coming months, and a swine flu pandemic does appear to be inevitable. If you don't know how serious a pandemic is, the last pandemic, the Hong Kong flu of 1968, killed about 1 million people. In this video, you'll discover why you need not fear the swine flu. Despite these terrifying predictions, you'll see compelling evidence of how a natural remedy that helped stop the Spanish flu of 1918 can also render the swine flu virus powerless in your body. Doctors and health experts always recommend frequent hand washing or the use of hand sanitizers. While the alcohol in hand sanitizers does kill germs, not all germicidal sanitizers are strong enough to kill the flu virus. Hand washing with soap and water can physically remove viruses from your hands, but it won't protect you from catching airborne viruses. How about wearing a protective mask? A mask becomes ineffective against airborne viruses the minute the mask becomes moist, which happens rather quickly. The only other hope available is the swine flu vaccine. Initial supplies of the vaccine are expected to be very limited, barely enough to inoculate the 160 million people who are at high risk of becoming infected. An even bigger concern is whether the fast-track vaccine is safe and effective, since it's being rushed to market without the appropriate testing and safety evaluations. There's a growing suspicion in the general population and among certain members of the medical community that being exposed to this new swine flu vaccine might prove to be more dangerous than the swine flu itself. The swine flu vaccine contains shockingly higher concentrations of a toxic ingredient called squalene than was used in the anthrax vaccines, which caused hundreds of thousands of troops to suffer the catastrophic effects of Gulf War syndrome. Furthermore, the swine flu vaccine catastrophe of 1976 is still fresh in the public's mind. That year, the vaccine was blamed for 25 deaths. Several hundred people developed crippling Guillain-Barré syndrome, and $1.3 billion in claims were filed by victims who had suffered paralysis from the experimental vaccine. Even healthy individuals in their 20s ended up as paraplegics. Here's something for you to consider. Madison Cavanaugh, author of The 1-Minute Cure, The Secret to Healing Virtually All Diseases, insists that the fear is incorrectly placed on the swine influenza virus itself. She states, microbes, germs, harmful bacteria and viruses, such as the swine influenza virus, do not cause disease in and of themselves. They do seek their natural habitat, such as an oxygen-deficient body, rather than being the cause of the disease. It's no different from the way mosquitoes seek out stagnant water, but do not cause the pool to become stagnant. Cavanaugh's statements are consistent with the findings of Dr. Rudolf Virchow, 1821 to 1902, also called the father of pathology. The statements are also supported by Louis Pasteur, the notable 19th century French chemist and microbiologist, best known for his remarkable breakthroughs in the causes and prevention of disease. Pasteur recanted his germ theory of disease at his deathbed, stating, "The microbe is nothing. The terrain is everything." The terrain of which he spoke refers to an oxygenated environment in the human body, which makes for a strong immune system. A weakened or suppressed state of the immune system only occurs when the human body lacks oxygen, thereby allowing viruses such as the swine flu virus to breed. It therefore stands to reason that the swine flu virus does not cause disease, but rather seeks out an environment where it can thrive best, and that is in oxygen-deprived bodies. A sufficiently oxygenated body is uninhabitable by disease, and viruses can neither survive nor thrive in it. Therefore, the best defense against microbes, germs, harmful bacteria, and viruses, such as the swine flu virus, is to keep the body oxygenated. Kavanaugh recommends the therapeutic use of the only natural substance which stimulates the movement of oxygen atoms from the bloodstream to the cells to a dramatically greater degree than is usually reached by other means. This action creates an oxygenated environment that enables the body to cure itself of virtually all diseases ranging from influenza to cancer, AIDS, heart disease, asthma, diabetes, and arthritis. The natural oxygenating substance has a long history of therapeutic use, dating back 170 years ago, when it was used to reverse a wide variety of illnesses, from minor ones like colds and flu to serious ones like cholera and malaria. It has even been used to help stop the Spanish flu of 1918. Over the past 70 years, this safe, inexpensive, and powerful healing modality has been administered by an estimated 15,000 European doctors, naturopaths, and homeopaths to more than 10 million patients to successfully treat practically every known disease. The natural remedy can be self-administered at home in less than a minute and costs only 1.5 cents a day to use. Send for the full story about this natural remedy as soon as you can. Why? Because this simple remedy threatens Big Pharma's billion-dollar earnings from the swine flu vaccine. So they will do everything in their power to prevent the dissemination of this information. Get the full story now by scrolling down to the bottom of this page, or send an email to theswineflucure@gmail.com.